You know what? I've always wanted to start writing a novel. I'll do that. I'll get round to that. But first I'll finish recording that album I set out to do. You know what? I've got to finish writing that musical I started, which was after that poetry collection I was putting together. But I really should have finished writing that sitcom script. You know what? I haven't played the glockenspiel for a few weeks now. I thought I was so motivated to learn playing the glockenspiel right after learning Arabic. I haven't really started that yet, but it's something I've always wanted to do. But before I did that, I wanted to build a time capsule, which, man, I haven't got round to that either. You know what? Well, I did want to start making my first $100 a month of passive income selling baby toys in my dropshipping business, but that was going to be after starting a new podcast about building side hustles, which is after painting a self-portrait for my artist's profile after reading 50 self-help books in a year. What's up YouTube, how you going? Welcome back to my brick phone videos. If you are liking this content so far, please like the videos and share it to 5 friends who you think might be interested. So a lot of those projects I was talking about I haven't actually started. Some of them are similar to things I'm doing, but the idea is you and me, we have too many projects going on at once, and it may seem like we've got so much on our plate that we end up getting nothing done. As the old saying goes, if you try to please everyone at once, you'll end up pleasing nobody. And I think the same is true with the creative projects we set out to do, whether that is writing a novel or recording an album like 2 of my examples were. Because I think sometimes we can get a bit of shiny object syndrome, and that's the idea that we've got things to work on, whether it's schoolwork, uni work, or work, that we always want to look for something new that catches our attention. We get bored with whatever we're doing, so that we see, that would be a cool idea for a novel or a story, and that becomes our shiny object. So we write the first page of that novel or the first chapter of that, and then we get a bit bored with it again. And so we give up that project and we go, maybe I should start this one. And you get the idea. More and more projects build up until you've got 50 or 100 unfinished projects, in fact projects that you've barely started. And at the end of the day you feel stuck, uninspired, unmotivated, and you can start feeling like a failure. But if you're watching this video, that's not you. You're not a failure. Today we're going to talk about how to overcome this shiny object syndrome, get things done, and focus on the projects that really matter. So the first question you should ask is it shiny? Is the project, by the way, this is to know which tasks you should be focusing on, right? Which projects should you be doing? And the first question is it shiny? Is it going to be something that you're going to work really hard on? Or is it just a shiny object which is going to, be another one of those things where you're like, it's just another project I never finished? Because if it's shiny, it might be deceiving. It might seem like a fun idea, but in the end it might not go anywhere. It might just be shiny. Okay, the second question to ask is, do I think about it a lot? Is it something that you think about every day? Oh man, I've really been meaning to write this song. And for weeks maybe you've had this idea for a song in your head, or something, and whatever. If it's in your head a lot and you're thinking about it a lot, you should do it, because obviously it's up there for a reason. You obviously have a conviction about that project and you should follow through. The third question is it my dream or is it something else? If it's part of your dreams and your goals, you should totally go for it, right? You don't want to see your dreams slip away like I've talked about in other videos. If it's not part of your dreams, then maybe it's not so urgent. It might be a useful thing to look at later, but if it's not contributing to your dreams, then it might not be the project for you. The fourth question to ask is it worth it? Right? At the end of it, if you finish this project, is it going to have some result at the end which will benefit you greatly? Right? Is there, for example, money attached to it? If it's a business goal and you're aiming to, in the weird example I gave, sell baby toys, maybe you want to sell 100 products, and that'll have a monetary value reward at the end. Or if getting a book published is what you've always wanted to do, that'll definitely be worth it. Or if recording an album fulfills one of your lifelong dreams, that will be worth it, right? You're not going to regret that. But other goals might just be like, you want to write a book on how to eat cherry tomatoes. That's a really dumb example. Or whatever it is. But, you know, are you going to sell it at all? Is it going to be satisfactory? Is it going to feel like a wasted project? So think about that. Alright, the fifth question is, do I have time to finish the project? If you've got a busy schedule, you may not actually have time to put another project on your plate, especially if you're working on other projects. You should finish them first. Alright, there's nothing worse than wanting to do these projects and you end up cramming in everything, so you can only spend like 5 or 10 minutes a day on each project because you've just got so many of them to get through. So really narrow it down to what's important, which leads to the final question, which is, of course, is it important? Alright? Is it important for you that you finish this project? That one's pretty self-explanatory. I hope this video has given you something to think about. Alright? Is it shiny or is it genuine? Do you think about it a lot? Is it part of your dreams? Is it worth it? Do you have the time? And is it important? Those are 6 questions to think about. And then you won't be like, too many projects, but you'll be able to focus on the projects that really matter to you. Alright, stay safe and stay sane.